Alright, hello everybody. Welcome back to the Pan American Team League, Week 4. Got another clan war for you guys, and today, the two clans that are pitted against each other are DM Fire and DM Ice. Both really good clans. I'm excited to cast this. If you don't know what this tournament is, it is of course, a team league started by Psionic Reaver. He's done a really awesome job organizing the tournament. Big shout out to him for getting the tournament started and really doing a great job organizing it. Hasn't always been easy, but he's hung in there. Alright, so gonna jump into our first game. Our first game is on Blue Storm. Blue Storm, a two-player map, associated, I think, a good bit with cheese because it does have that short pathway. Good for 2 gates, good for, early pool, and gonna be interested to see what we get coming up in here. And let's go ahead and start right into it. Oops, gonna move to our in-game mode there. Alright, great. Alright, in the bottom left-hand corner, we have P-Smack, and I actually don't have a way of telling who is DM Fire and who is DM Ice. If somebody could let me know, that's great, because I did not look at the rosters. Oh, actually, I'll check in a second after this game. And for the other DM clan, DM Junior, in the top right-hand corner, TVZ on Blue Storm. Seen a couple other TVZs in this tournament before. Kawaii Rice against, I forget the other player. Kawaii Rice did win that, of course, 4x17. And yeah, Blue Storm does have that very small path here. Gonna showcase Blue Storm for a second. Most everyone watching should know Blue Storm. Again, Blue Storm, one of those older maps, does have those weird angles. Doesn't have a big open center like newer maps, Fighting Spirit, Circuit Breakers, if you're more familiar with those type of maps. This is more of a weirder map to play on. Doesn't have as much quite big open space. It's going to be some weird fighting angles. I'm going to zoom right back in. Fog of War. I'm sure everybody appreciates that. Just throwing our barracks down. No proxy barracks. Not that that would be common, but gonna see he could, if he Junior is not gonna try to deny that hat trick, or is he? He is going to now, but he will get it off in time. Bummer. Almost got the deny off there. Would have been nice. Throwing down double barracks. Okay, not going for a barracks expand. Barracks double, as people call it. And just being annoying with his SCV in the main, keeping it alive, as expected. Putting down a pool here. So I'm expecting Junior, just going to call him Junior from now on out, to try to put on some pressure with this. Go for an early push. Of course, it is a two-player map, so that Overlord always will go in the right direction, which is a nice thing. Makes scouting quite a bit simpler for Zerg. Pool gas. Just trying to slowly pick away at that SCV there. And that Overlord. Ooh, Marine is going to push that Overlord back. So, P-Smack might want to send a drone in here just to see. And he's pulling SCVs here. I think he's trying to go for a push. And that Overlord may have spotted them. Not quite sure if it's in range. Oh, I think they were. So if he was paying attention, he should know that this is coming. He's pulled some drones, and he is trying to prevent that bunker from going down. And putting that creep colony down here, he needs to focus on that creep colony. Of course, I don't think that creep colony is going to be up in time because I got some lings out. He should be fine as long as this doesn't finish. Ooh, the barracks is going to finish, though. The bunker, excuse me. Oh, snipes that Marine before he can get in. Very nicely done. Oh, Marine dying before he can get in the bunker, and that bunker is going to be completely wasted. Losing quite a few SCVs as well. Sunken finishing Wow. Good job here with that Overlord spotting that. Could have done a lot more if that was not scouted. And now he's got a sunken up, which will slowly regenerate health. Still on double barracks. We're going to see if he's going to try to make some push happen. He's a little bit disappointed there with that failed push. Ling's running in here. Going to get absolutely gunned down by these Marines. He's going to escape unscathed. Both players' APM is about the same. I think pretty much most of the DM roster that I've seen, it's been pretty good. Pretty high APMs, pretty low mineral count, pretty solid players. Seem like they're pretty active players. One of the more active clans, some of the more active clans out of the different clans in the PATL. Of course, there are about 16, 18 possibly clans in the PATL. And if you don't know how the structure works, basically it is a 12-week season and 2 weeks and then extra 2 weeks, which of course one is semifinals and then one will be finals, where the money will be made. Now, this is not a great angle for Marines to come in here. He's going to try to make something happen, but he's... Oh no, this is a really botched attempt here. As I say that, though, he could get in a nice nook here with these Marines. Actually, Marine micro decent, but there's just too many Marines. He lost too many Marines there. The micro was not all there. Although, to be honest, microing around a curved area like this is one of the hardest things to do in Brood War, especially with goons or zealots or pretty much any unit. Requires a lot of constant clicking. Still no natural for Junior. Throwing down a FAC. Trying to make something happen, I guess, just on one base, but not sure I like it. We got Lurker on the way, and I mean, there's going to be no science vessels for a long time. Do have a scanner station. That Overlord is nice, can set right back here, and that's trying to. I guess he's saying it's a weird map. Yeah, this is a great position for Overlords. They can just kind of chill back here. I wonder if the DM clans, I think they are Spanish. Maybe not. I know that some of their casts were in Spanish. Or was that SK? I forget. I think they may be. And still waiting for the timing of the third. I think Peace Mac may just go for a straight up 2-base Lurker kill. And marching out with a meager force of Marines here. And hoping, I guess, to intercept some troops. Very few bio there. Only one medic, very fragile. Who's going to get that Lurker in. Going to be morphing behind his lines there. And remember, he only has one scanner sweep, so keep that in mind. Ooh, who gets one Hydra? Ooh, kind of a botched stim there. That's going to take a lot of medic energy. And cannot lose that medic. That's crucially does not lose that medic. Now, of course, he's kind of boxed in here. He has to come all the way around. He's pushing out, and things could get weird for a second. Oh, I think does he sense this Lurker up here? Oh, now he sees it. He's going to try to stim in it and scan. He does have one scan. Dodging a spine there. It'd be really nice if we could pick this Lurker off. They are big hits to the Zerg economy. He's only on 2 bases. Can only afford so many Lurkers. We've got some Lurkers trying to morph in up here. Being sneaky. Still good Overlord placement. And I think the Lurker was blinded. Wait, no, okay, sorry. It just was in that little weird ram spot. For a second, I thought he used a blinded mech. Like, that's weird. He researched that. He does have scans. Or does he? Yeah, he has a scan. But it'd be nice if he could try to pick off a Lurker. There's going to be a total of 6 Lurkers, and if he does it right, he can just tiptoe up. Really nice if we could pounce on some of these Lurkers here. Still rocking one base. He's gonna have a. Does have the capabilities to get a science vessel, and looks like he's getting a dropship to try to go for some sort of a drop. Got bunkers here. Interesting position. He is just. I mean, ooh, lurkers sneaking in here. Oh, kind of a glitch micro there. Oh, but did not split the Marines, and he should be able to take care of these lurkers just fine. This is a really good angle for Peace Mac to get his lurkers in. He's going to take out, Science Vessel, maybe a academy. If he loses that academy, that's going to be pretty big. He's trying to split his forces up here. He's coming in at some different angles. Oh, losing a lot of bio here. Alright, cleaning those up with minimal losses. Losing some bio, but of course lurkers, just a lot of gas. But 6 lurkers in here. He does spot it. He does have a missile turret here. Ooh, I'm not sure if I like this angle here. Losing a lot. And he does he have a scan? This is the question. Now he does not need to scan. He can just take it out with science vessels, and we will have irradiate soon. But I really feel like Peace Mac really just threw away those lurkers there. He was trying to make something happen, but I don't know if he realized just how bad the situation was. Kind of keeping these lurkers penned in here with this science vessel. Uraniate is just started. 2 lurker eggs. More lurkers being morphed. So far, no mutachoice going on here. Just trying to survive on pure lurkers. The higher the bio count, it does get harder and harder to do lurkers because you get just fewer and fewer spines off with each lurker shot. And I'm interested. He went I can't read attack first, excuse me. But I actually would like to see armor first, to be honest. And the reason why is because he's fighting predominantly lurkers, right? And Marines have 40 health. And then with armor it's a little more. Lurker spines are 20 each, so if you upgrade their armor, then you instantly give them another spine to, they can survive another spine shot and another, I forget the other shot. A sunken. So it definitely beefs them up quite a bit. And just taking out those lurkers there. That was a bummer. He lost all those lurkers to that. Okay. I just got a mention from Frederick Nietzsche, that the Junior is fire. So now I do know. And yeah, okay, so Junior is on fire. And just going to be starting as natural here. I'm not sure if he can recover from this. Did he lose his dropship? Okay, coming in here with his science vessels. Losing all those Marines, very sloppy there. I guess he didn't have a dropship back at home. That's big. Looks like he's going to... Is he going to go for the eraser? Yes, he is. He's going for the eraser, which if anybody is watching this and is not experienced with Brood War, uraniate basically kills all biological matter. And if you can target yourself with it, and now it is just erasing these drones. So it is killing all these drones, and it's just an energy attack. Does not cost anything, of course, but that's super effective. And of course, science vessels are kind of beefy, so they can survive out there. And Peacemaker GG'd. Okay, missed a big drop here. Junior kept the pressure on with that drop and that eraser really strong, but still seems odd because he doesn't have that much at home. That thing that could have been a slightly premature GG. Alright, so Ice does go up a game. It's a battle of fire and ice. Yeah, Ice is up a game. I'm going to close out of that. Let me check the chat a second. I see Undaunted is watching. Hey, Undaunted, what's up? Frederick Nietzsche is watching on YouTube Live. It's funny. That was a good game. I mean, I really thought that Junior was going to collapse there, but I guess not. Yes, let's load up the second game. I mean, I assumed that he didn't get his expansion up, so I assumed that he died, but I guess the pressure just was really good. So we'll load up into Game 2. Game 2 is going to be on Talcross. One of the best maps ever. Gonna switch back into our... Oops. In game mode, there we go. Alright, in the 1 o'clock position, we have, for DM, we have Skeptical, and if somebody could tell me which DM clan he is in, that would be much appreciated. And DM Q8D, for the other DM clan, is the other product, so it's a PvP on Talcross. Just going to reveal map just for a second on Talcross. Again, Talcross, older map, first used 2006, 2006 for the layman's term. But yeah, it has actually a pretty wide open. I mean, it has these bridges here right in the middle, which make things a little weird. Pushing out, you can slip by, and it's got a lot of bridges, but it's definitely a bit more open than the last map, Blue Storm. Kind of a different era. But it's definitely a fun map to play. Definitely a cool looking map in my opinion. The snow and ice and tundra. Gonna bring it back to Fog of War and zoom in back again, as that seems like it is oft requested of me to zoom back in and enable Fog of War. Still just going gate first, as is the norm in PvP. PvP is one of my most hated matchups. Actually, my most hated matchup all time. I've not enjoyed certain matchups, but PvP has just been my long time bane, you could call it. Gonna be interesting to see if we see any cheese here, any Dark Templars, anything like that. Any 2 gates. They did get the scout on each other, so doesn't look like either of them are going for 2 gate. Both of them are going for gate cyber. PvP, if you go gate cyber and scouted, pretty much a couple of standard choices you could go. Usually get a robo out of this. You usually go for an observer first. I mean, observer or a shuttle first. Going in for a reaver. Reavers are common. DTs also pretty common. But I don't think any of them will be going for DTs unless it was proxy, because they do have they have their probes in each other's bases, and that probe will survive for a long time. Did produce a Zealot, which Q80 did not, so that's just a little build order preference there. I usually never produce a Zealot. Some people do, which could tip our hand that Skeptical is going to try to go for an earlier push here. Assuming that once he kills this, he's going to slam down his tech or gates, either because he's not banking anything. I don't know what I'm talking about. Both players' Coon range are going to finish up effectively the same time, as whoever's lead is going to be negated by the walk distance, pretty much. Yeah, we'll see if we see more gates or a Robo Bay. Really interested to see what they go. So far, just producing goons up here. Queuing out some goons. Yeah, mass goon games can get pretty boring. It's very true. Goon Reaver games, storms. That's pretty much the late game meta for PvP. And we're seeing our Robo Bay. Robo Bay out of both players, and a second gateway for Q80. Putting the pylon there, which makes me think he wants to go for Reavers. Gonna sneak a robotics facility up there. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But yeah, that second gate's gonna be done a little bit early for Q80. Neither player is throwing down an expansion yet. Both players, I mean, have the same amount of units. It's gonna be interesting to see what is shaped. What happens here? Okay, observatory first. So any prediction I had was wrong instantly. Both players going observer first. Extremely safe, but 3 gates out of Q80 here. Yep, and no third gate yet. Okay, robotics support bay up here. So he's gonna get a Reaver, and the Reaver is gonna be pretty big, and a shuttle. And Q80 hasn't scouted this. He does have one pylon on the side, and it'd be nice to get a pylon up here and here so he can spot that Reaver. Try to deny it from getting any probe kills. Tower Cross is a big open main, has a lot of angles the Reavers can come into and engage. Neither of them is getting their nat, just kind of worried about that. But still, yeah, 2 gates, he's producing less physical units, of course, because of that robotics bay and getting that Reaver shuttle. So he will, of course, have more units, so I'm assuming he's going to go for kind of a bust here. And I think he's going to try to use that Reaver. If he keeps that Reaver alive, it can be really good. It can be useful for defense. If he really wanted to, he could just... Well, he's probably going to send it in. We do have the Observer coming in here. He's going to spot this. Okay, bummer. Sometimes it is nice to just get out an Observer first, so you can try to deny any enemy's Observers coming out here. If you did have Observer, it would be pretty easy to deny. But this is not Bisu versus Stork. This is DM Clan versus DM Clan. And looks like Skeptical moving out here, trying to do somewhat of a soft contain here. Definitely not going to be able to break this. And looks like he's going to try to use the Reaver aggressively. Still no Observer, so Q80's map control going to be pretty stellar. And, ooh, good angle for Q80 here. The Reaver, I don't think is going to be able to make up for the difference that he has. Ooh, Zealot chewing up those Reaver shots. Needs to go head on with that Reaver. And Dragoon scales so well. He only had about maybe 4 more Dragoons, but he just slaughtered him there. And really needs to, if he wants to do anything, get a cannon up. Oh, he's going to lose his Observer. Now he has 0 map control. And did he get any upgrades? Doesn't look like it. His Reaver shots have to be superb. Yeah, I think this will be just GG. Reavers are good, but they are not that good. Dragoons are surprisingly beefy. That's pretty much going to be GG. A little bit of a overestimation here by Skeptical. Alright, GG's called. So, I'm just going to check the chat here just a minute. I know I'm lazy. I should have checked this beforehand, but I'm just going to see. Yeah, Daunted saying Brewer maps are way bigger than SC2 maps. Very true. I mean, pretty much in ladder, there's like only 4 and 3 player maps. Oh, actually, no, sorry. That's not true. I do play on... The ladder does have a couple 2 players, I believe. But mostly it's 4 players. It's just kind of a different dynamic of the game. Okay. Alright, Q80 is fire, so... So fire is up 2-0 here. believe I got that right. Good. And I'm gonna load into the next game. So go. Animation. Alright. So DM Fire is up 2-0. You play. I'm gonna check out who the next player is, because I realized I can do that really quickly. It's on Discord. I'll check that out on Discord. Gonna check that out on Discord. Week 4 lineups. Doesn't say who's who actually in the DM thing. That's why it was confusing me. Well, next map is going to be on Vampire, and it is going to be Zerg Protoss DM Dio versus. Okay, this is the 2v2 map. So you're going to have to help me out, Nietzsche. It was not labeled, so I do not know, and I do not know their rosters too well. So. Alright, oops, no. Sorry, sand game. Alright. I've struggled with announcing everybody's names here, but I'm going to try to get it right. Zanoski in as a red Protoss, and he is in the 10 o'clock position. 11 o'clock. And anyone, also in DM, is the purple Zerg, and he is in the 1 o'clock position, otherwise known as the top right. And in the bottom right, we have a teal Zerg, Dio, and a brown Protoss. And Nietzsche, you're going to have to really help me out here, because I just do not know who is who. Actually, Vampire is not a map I've seen a lot. Oh, my voice, sorry. One could say that it's similar to Circuit Breakers in a certain way. Kind of. It's a space tile map, so in that way it's similar to Circuit Breakers. But man, looking at this would be so painful to wall off as a Forge Fast Expand in a Protoss. So, I'm going to check the chat here a second, because I am lost without Nietzsche. Okay, top is fire and bottom is ice. Thank you. Thank you. So it is Zanoski and anyone versus Dio and Kid. Cool. That's how you Forge Fast Expand. You don't. Really. You can't Forge Fast Expand, which is standard in ZVPs. So it's ZVP vs ZVP. Interesting. And a 2-gate coming out of Zanoski. Early pool coming out of anyone. And gonna get that hatch deny, which is nice. Putting up a friendly cannon there. And warding him off with that probe. You might want to cancel this and try to get a more favorable hatch position. Be surprised if he actually goes for that position. It's not much closer to the minerals. Just a little probe action here. And looks like just cannoning, walling up here. Wondering if we're going to see a Nexus or not. But some Lings out on the map for... Not both are Zergs. Yeah, both are Zergs. Teals are staying behind here. Purple will not be able to do anything here. He's going to have cannon up. Actually, maybe not. That Zealot is in here, and that cannon is far away from being done. Teal needs to get his Lings over here stat. But really indecisive with the Zealot there. Extremely indecisive. Just not really not choosing to go for something. You're kind of danced around. I mean, they just needed to rush on one of those pylons before that second cannon was up, and it seemed like they failed. But we do have some more zealots out on the map. There we go, makes things a little easier. Lair coming out for both their Zergs. I mean, another 2v2 I watched in this PATL. Both Zergs like never expanded. Got a third gate coming up here. Ambitious. Vampire does have 2 gases. I'm not familiar with Vampire at all, so it's going to be a heavier gas map. I guess that's why you can stay on one base more easily, especially for Zerg. Putting up a bit of a soft contain here. Actually, DM Fire, the top players, are pretty much keeping these players penned in. Ice lost the map control battle here early on, and now means they cannot reinforce each other. But some lanes slipping out here. We have a Spire coming out here. A Spire. And Spire. Spire was put up quite a bit faster for anyone. And the sunken colony is not going to quite be done. That's going to finish up in a second. Ooh, he's going in for this angle here, but he's giving some time to finish here. You do not want to fight against 3 sunkens here. It might be time to back out here before you totally lose everything, and not a best angle there. He's going to try to come in and force the issue here, and is getting on top of one of these sunkens, but these are not adrenal gland lings. These are normal lings, and they are not that good. And Zanowski getting a bit of a gateway bull up here, and it's not looking too good for Dio is his name. And these goons, of course, they do have range, right? They have range. Yep. They do have goon range, so they can outrange some of this stuff. Choosing to dive and not attacking forward with those lings. He needs to get the lings on the Dragoons. Dragoons die really fast to lings. Not the best angle here, and a Muta coming in. It could be just a stomp right here. What does Brown even have? Not much. Doesn't seem like he's been macroing much at all. Kind of interesting there. He's low minerals, but I guess he hasn't been his probe count. Well, looks decent. I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe I missed something. Dio might be able to clean this up with his lings, though, and he's transferring drones. He could put out a surrogate base here, and he's holding. He needs to just right-click on those goons. I mean, on the mutas, and let the lings deal with its really squishy goons. Extremely squishy. Yeah, they just die so fast to that lane. It's one of those weird imbalances that just goons just do not do good against lings at all. Losing a lot of unnecessary drones. Not sure why he went back. I guess he thought that the mutas ran away, and a bit too hasty there. Oh, getting a lot. Oh, good Scourge hits, but not amazing enough. Oh, good dodging at the last second there. If you are new to Brood War, Scourge Micro is one of the most beautiful things ever to watch, whether it's Scourge versus Corsairs, Scourge versus Science Vessels, Scourge versus Mutalisks. Whatever you're watching, it's fun to watch. I'm going to get on top of that Spire here. And Kid, for DM, just going for Mass High Templar here. Just just turtling extremely hard. Not sure that gonna be the best tech choice here. These players can pretty much tech up to carriers or guardians if they so choose. There's actually just nothing left here. Yep, Dio is stuck with 10 minerals, cannot rebuild at all. Can offer that one Overlord for protection. And he's opening his base up to make it even easier for them to knock it down. A lot of goons here. If he like triple taps with storms before, oh, he morphed them all to Archons, which are terrible in this situation. Actually, they're actually terrible in this situation. I mean, they don't have that long of a range, and these goons can just micro for days. If he would have kept some of those as High Templars, he might have been able to storm the crap out of these, but I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah, pretty much it's going to be a 3-0 win for Fire. I watched some of DM Ice's games, and I thought it would be a little closer. I guess not. And yeah, pretty much just gonna wait here. Zerg, anyone is gonna clean up here, so it will be just a 3-0 win for Fire. DM Fire definitely in contention for a playoff seed. It is only top 4 out of 16 teams, so pretty steep hill to climb. I think there may be a tiebreaker, a couple of tiebreaker series, because that probably will be necessary because there's only 12 games, so there could be a couple tied teams, so that'll be interesting. And I will be casting as much as I can up until that point, and we'll see after that what happens. A lot of sponsors were trying to get on board with the PATL, and I think in the process of getting them. So that's super exciting. PATL is getting a lot more attention than I ever thought it would when I first kind of signed up to do some casting here and there. It really got big. A lot of sponsors' attention and the community's attention here. And this is going to be kind of an anticlimactic win for Fire. Alright. So I was saying kind of far away from the mic. I hope you can still hear me. Yep. I'm actually toying with the idea of doing another set here because that's really short, and I want to do some more games. You know, I guts it up here. I might actually try to do another set here. So stay tuned here. I'll try to. GG. DM Fire wins 3-0. And that's going to be it, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, I'm going to do another matchup here. It's going to take me a minute just to get it up here. So bear with me. Alright, here. Yeah, it's going to take me a minute. See here. Go to the transition page. Gonna look on the Google Drive and see what else is available for casting. It's kind of impromptu. Oops, I searched the wrong thing. Oops. Yeah, I think one of the sponsors we are still kind of in the middle of confirming is possibly Matt Chirino, if anybody knows that is. Possibly is going to be contributing to the prize pool. The prize pool's already at $300, I think, and sponsors could be donating a couple more hundred. We'll see. That'd be awesome. And let's see what games are available. Let's check it out. Week 4. That's week 3, week 4. Okay. Actually gonna end this, guys, and then I'm gonna start another stream just so I can change the titles, just so it's all nice and clean on when it gets re-uploaded. And let me just check the stream. Okay. Alright, so I'll be back in just a second here. Okay, guys. So, unfortunately, oh my goodness, the title was wrong, wasn't it? Oh, bummer. Okay, so sorry, guys. The title is going to be wrong for this and these games, so I'm sorry about that. It was for the previous game, too. So I'm sorry about that. Just getting everything together. Alright, just copying the replays into StarCraft. Alright, so that should be good. Alright, sorry for the long delay. Alright, just loading up that replay here. Alright, let's get right into it. Okay. The teams are SK-B team and SCC-B team. For Team SK, we have Saddled Man in the Protoss in the bottom left-hand corner. As our Zerg, for SCC-B team, we have Zeldaran in the top right-hand corner. Gonna be on Blue Storm again. Don't think I need to showcase Blue Storm just because I already did. And hopefully everybody is on this. I had to stop and start the stream. Nietzsche is suggesting that I try to say where the team stands. The thing is that they don't release where the team stands up until this point, so I actually don't know. They released for week 2, but it was corrupted for me for the other weeks. I mean, not corrupted. It didn't work for me for a little bit, so I wasn't able to see it. So I wasn't able to check out the standing. But yeah, your feedback's appreciated. SCC-B team, SK-B team, haven't seen them a lot. Both these teams, of course, they are. I'm not sure how SK and SCC does their team systems, but they are sort of. I'm not sure if they're feeder teams or they're just totally separate teams than the original, but I assume that they are less, not as good as the main clan. And sorry for the big pauses, guys. I'm just trying to make sure everything's set up right. I did have a couple times where I did not time everything right, but we got some lings early coming out here. Did get a full scout of this, though, and double cannon coming up. He should be fine as long as he reacts. Ooh, good probe stall there. A little bit lost the probe, kind of a bummer. He should be just fine, though, with these cannons. They should finish in time, and pulled some probes just to be safe. And already looking pretty nice. 4 saddled man, SK-B team. Taking that ling out. And pretty good probe micro there. It is tricky here. Probes can be very effective. And kind of I guess, baiting there into those cannons. And, ooh, might lose that Overlord. That's actually pretty big. Putting him behind in food, that's actually a pretty big deal, losing that Overlord there. That's surprising that that was very sloppy. He's food capped now, which means, yeah. And he's still rushing. That's so huge. I mean, it may not seem like much, but that entire push of the rush is totally not effective now. I know I said that weird, but really, this does not look good for Zeldaran. Putting in a gateway, so he will start Zealot protection soon, and probe glitching them out a little bit here. He's not controlling them. He actually has to right-click on that probe, not just click behind. Very nice. And stellar probe control, making sure to not lose too many probes. I believe he's only lost 2 probes. Of course, there's no unit loss count. Inward War, unit loss tab. Wow, killing a drone there, being super effective with his probes, getting scouts, getting ling kills, and as long as Settleman, if he just plays a straight up macro transition, he should be fine here. And running into those lings, seemingly purposeless. They are all going to get gunned down here. I mean, on a map like Blue Storm, rushes like that are, I wouldn't know if I would say common, but they are seen more, I guess you could say, than, seen more than, I guess, on other maps, bigger maps, more open maps, but yeah. I'm not saying cheese, it always happens on this map. I've seen macro games, but, it's just something to consider. And a third hatch going down here. I think what SCC Zeldaran in his psyche here, if I can play the psychologist for a minute here, he's like, okay, I'm behind here, because that attack failed, got food capped when it really needed to not be, and he's double expanding to try to get ahead. And if SK Settleman does not scout this could be a surprise to him. Of course, he most likely will scout this. You're always checking for that third base. But, getting that Stargate up just to get some Corsairs out And if he kills any overlords, there's some really exposed overlords out on the map here. And he does not have overlord speed, and if he does not have anything to save these, I mean, he doesn't even have a lair, so he can't even make Scourge. I mean, once that Corsair comes out, it could kill a couple overlords. Of course, the main purpose of Corsairs are to scout, but, you know, getting some scouting in is nice. And just making sure the title's right. Oh, it doesn't look like it is right. No, is the title right? Alright, I'm just trying to make sure the title is set up right. Yeah, going for the Citadel and getting that Force Corsair out, so we'll see if he goes for really fast Templars. And we'll get scouted. Corsair is aggroing onto the Overlord's a bit of a greedy play. It's usually okay, well, a bunch of streams of text, I guess there's internet problems. But going for the Overlords, the more greedy play because you're not scouting, which is the main purpose of the Overlord. But since everything in Zeldaran's play is delayed, it's probably wise. I mean, look, he's behind in food. He's going to be, again, if he loses this one, that's just so bad here. Only 2 Zealots out here. Only 1 gate, so, and getting another Corsair. And going Corsair heavy, not sure if I like that, because he saw that he's not going mutas, at least in the early mutas, and he's going to have Hydras out soon. I guess he's hoping just to sort of raid the air of Overlords while it's out, and oh my goodness. He's going to get so many Overlord kills. I mean, now as I say that, getting Corsairs does make sense, and splash damage affecting both Overlords, and that might be more of just too little too late. They will get out of there and kill both Overlords. It just doesn't look good. That could be, I don't know. Got some more Zealots coming in here. Speed Zealots. And Overlord Stein with those Corsairs. And the Zealot running in here, run by GG. It's called SK Goes Up a Team. Very nicely done. Defense of that early aggression. Alright, game 1 does go to SCC-B team. Alright, let's get into game 2. Okay. Alright, on Talcross in the 9:30 position, we have SCC Sunshine. And in the bottom 3-ish position, we have SK Saddled Man. Doing yet another game. And it's another PvP on Talcross. Already seen one TVP on Talcross. I mean PvP on Talcross. Of course, Talcross famous for that big wide open map with those famous bridges. Honestly, a really good looking map, in my opinion. And we'll see if we see anything like Reavers or DTs. I know I've already discussed this to death, but Talcross, of course, first played in 2006, was played quite a bit around that time. Became pretty popular pretty fast. And trying to update the titles. Hopefully it is updated. Hopefully on YouTube the title is updated. But yeah, Talcross, the mains have such a large open area. It is good for you know, people coming in and doing Reaver drops and stuff like that. Got these big wide open mains. Probes will see each other. We'll get the scout off. There was a little probe high five there as probes did cross paths. And the probes just going for, no, wait a second. 2-gate coming out of Saddled Man, which is going to get scouted by SCC Sunshine. So I would much favor SK's position here. Is 2-gate. Just can pump out zealots and defend here. Needs to queue up another zealot immediately. Which I hope he's doing. He's going to prop down another gate. Zealot queue is coming out here. And the probe does sneak inside the main. And needs to get that zealot queued as soon as possible. Really needs to do that. It's a pretty big slip up. Going for a cyber core. Needs to be careful he doesn't just die to those zealots. Has me a little worried. That's 5 zealots coming in here, and could micro for a little bit, but then that second wave of zealots comes in. It could be dangerous. He might be okay here. That probably is the wiser of the options. Just trying to say. And yeah. That first wave of zealots is coming in here. I don't suspect it'll do much. It's going to be 3-on-3 zealots. It does have a probe for microing. But all in all, looks like SCC Sunshine's just going to be in a position here. And, you know, zealot micro, it's there for Sunshine. Wow, totally got out microed there. That's an example of how in Blue War with micro in the early game you can shut down your opponent, just absolutely stomp them, and gonna have that goon out, which is gonna make microing 10,000% easier. Actually, not the best micro now for Sunshine. Now he's kind of on the run here. Oh, they almost got trapped there. Oops. We try to get a few kills and puts a Nexus down, kind of a desperation move here. Throwing down a Forge. Kind of just a desperation attempt to get that up. And if I were Sunshine here, I would pump out a few more goons and then just run in before he gets too many cannons up. Of course he doesn't know he's expanding, but you know, if he has any, you know, game sense, it would be nice to start running in here with the goons that he has. When those goons come out, it's going to be up to 5 goons, I believe. Very nice number, 2 zealots to block, and maybe, perhaps, we will see some goon play. And putting down a lot of photon cannons, and this could delay him for a bit. And in all honesty, he has that natural base up and running, so very nice. And goons just now being started. This is going to be a tough hold for Saddled Man. And if SCC's Sunshine, it's hard to say, micros correctly, he should be fine. He's not really taking the initiative, and he's probably going to be just going to settle for the soft contain here. We will see. One cannon already goes down, though. These are ranged goons, though. They can micro for days. Losing a goon there. Pretty good goon control there. In the open field, though, he has to worry about that bridge. Yeah, doing decent. Zealot's tank, though. Zealot's tank for real. Got some more goons coming out here. Yeah, looks like Sunshine's micro has been good enough. He's got the another cannon up and a third cannon on the way. If he micros correctly with these goons, he may get it. Does have a lot of goon range. Is going to finish. Actually, it's a couple seconds away from finishing. And it looks like he has been cleaned up here. And now this position for SEC is not looking good because it does not have any sort of an expansion up. Going for a shuttle reaver, but it might not matter. He's ahead so far economically. 4 gates coming out here. And even though it looks like he really botched that 2 gate, he may be okay. I mean, Sunshine going in for the death kill there. Looking to close it out. And, of course, SK is down 0-2. So it will go to at least 4 games. If he wins this, I'm assuming he wins this. Just because his macro potential is so much greater. When you've got 4 gates rolling, definitely your macro potential is better. And there's a very slow Shuttle Reaver coming out here. Is a lot of goons, though. Maybe it's not as quite of a foregone conclusion as I may have thought. It'll be interesting here. And yeah, it looks like he's just losing all of his goons here. That was not a really good attack at all. Cannons provide so much DPS. He didn't even take out a cannon. And I think SK has shown to be resilient. Is bouncing back. And the raging 4 gates there. Very few goons left for Sunshine. It looks like the Saddleman is going to rain on SEC's sunny day. And is going to bring it up. Sorry, I misspoke. It was tied 1-1, and now they are going to be. It's going to be 2-1. Right. Okay. Finally, I said it right. Okay. The Reaver is out, but it's not doing much at all. Yeah, Reavers in PvP straight up against goons don't do much. Wow, every time I think I get a conclusion, the tide turns. But, I mean, he cleaned that up, but for how long? And if he goes in for another attack on this base, he will lose because there's just so many games. GG! And SEC takes the game. Alright, so now it is 2-1. And let's go into game 4. Doing my best to keep the hype up. It's kind of late here. Not that late, but okay. Alright. On destination. No, sorry. Peaks of Beidou. Excuse me. For Team SCC-B, it is Drew in the Protoss. As the Protoss. And as the Terran, for SEC, it is Zero Churro. Peaks of Beidou. If you think you see a weird map, Peaks of Beidou is a weird map, man. Really, for reals. It is such a weird map. Is it best of one? Yeah, this is the ace match. No, sorry, this is just set 4. So he's not super familiar with the format here. So PVT, I've seen a couple PVTs on Peaks of Beidou already. If I have any conclusions, it's that it's really good for Terran mech. Who's there for a second? You know, get some good mech sieges on here. It can be so hard to break. It's not like any sort of big open map where you can just get these really good flanks with tons of speed zealots. You have to play a lot more of a technical kind of style of Protoss, not just a macro, then throw them at each other. This is, you know, you just want to see a lot more nuanced play, like storming vultures and reaver drops and the like. Yeah, so just going for his barracks here, and now I'm thinking he's going to go for that complete wall off here. Going for a gate gas here, and as far as what build's the most common build in PvT, pretty much my bread and butter, if you want to call it that, for PvT is 10-15 Gateway. It's strong, it seems. To me, it seems like it's pretty strong. It oftentimes can win if they go for a barrack expand. It can win. If your goon control's good, or it can just go for a, you know, bunker lockdown where he has to pull lots of SCVs and you lock down his bunker, cause a lot of passive mining until he gets a tank out. Or, you know, I've seen a lot of players go for gate Nexus and gate Cyber Nexus. We may see him go for that. And finishing up here, going for, see if he puts down a gate. Doesn't look like it's just probing up. And we may see a gate expand. I will have to try playing gate expand more. I'm not as familiar with it just because I play 10-15 gates so much. And the factory is coming up here. Pylon in the corner. Sneaky. Actually, it's not sneaky, but still kind of trying to wonder what he's just going for that gate expand, or if he's going for some sort of a proxy. It's kind of weird. Can go for a proxy base. It'd be super weird. If he did, that'd be super weird. I mean, I guess that is a very uncommon scouting position for Terran, because you have to go all the way around here. So in terms of proxy, okay, he's just coming out here. I guess that was a missed scout. For a second, I thought maybe he was going to do a proxy base. 5 Marines out. Yes, I can count. Yay. Gonna be 6, so if I were Drew and I see 6 Marines, or 5 Marines, soon to be 6, I'd be a little worried that there's going to be a push coming. 1 siege tank, 6 Marines versus 2 goons. We've all seen it happen plenty of times. Spoiler, it does not end well for the Protoss. Usually, a robotics facility coming out here, probably going to go for a Reaver. Maybe for just some early obs, but I'm guessing Reaver. Point of that, I guess, is really just to, you know, try to keep the Terran in his base, keep him off, keep him on his guard, keep him from doing a big pain push like this. I mean, honestly, you get up here, you siege up here, get Marines in a good position, and it can be lights out. Or coming up here can be also really good, really strong. And Gonna intercept that SCV, which is nice. Not gonna get a scout off. So, kind of shaping up to be an odd PVT here. Needs to micro these goons. Does not want to lose a goon there. Ooh. Loses a goon. And gonna force some mines out here. Not in the best location. It just gonna looks like he's just gonna be content to go for observers. Not firing at that goon there. Goon control so far hasn't been looking stellar. It's been looking subpar, possibly. But he is managing to push back. He's pulling SCVs, probes, excuse me, and may have just enough here. He looks content to just stay out here. Got some more vultures on the way. Surprised why he doesn't just siege up here. Why he's content to just go home. I would think that sieging up there would be a much better position he would want to take. Choosing just to go home here, which is interesting. I mean, there's only like 4 goons out. You siege up, try to bait a couple shots out with vultures, you know. Things can go south fast. A lot of mines here. Observer will get those mines cleared ASAP. Second factory on the way, but a dropship. This is the 4 vulture drop. And just how ready is he? He's got good pylon vision here. Maybe not so much at this side. But he's got this side covered. And observer is here. And did he see that dropship? Well, he was in his field of vision, but the question is, was he cognizant of it? Darren dropship coming up here. And just three vultures, actually. 1 pretty low. And he is going in on the side that has very poor vision. Got a goon there already. Very nice. And his reaction is good. Pulling the goon already. Nice. SimCity here. He is not going to do anything here except maybe 1 goon, maybe a couple probes. But all in all, not the best drop. Maybe if it came in from this angle, might have done a little more. But that's is how these PVTs go. Okay. We have a Stargate out, so I'm thinking he's going carriers. And the strength of carriers in PVT in this matchup, it's pretty much based completely on surprise. If he knows you're going carriers, he gets a critical mass of Goliaths, it's GG. Pretty much. Carriers are just that expensive, they're just that. They're not that good in small numbers. If he knows you're going carriers, he will intercept them and snipe them, and it'll be a GG. If you hide your carriers and, you know, keep them concealed, and you get a critical mass of them, they can be really good in PvT. Especially on these maps, like, you know, got lots of cliffs and weird angles, you know, carriers can abuse that. They don't do so great in the open, they do better in nooks and crannies. A little bit of sloppy control there, clearing up some forward producing vultures. Adding on some facts. Getting that third base nice and established. And double carrier production and interceptor, max interceptor ability. Capacity is being upgraded, and Protoss Nexus is going down. kind of holding that upper middle area. Goons. But honestly, if he chooses to push out with his tank force, it looks scary. Got a lot of goons scattered around. We'll see when Terran does choose to push, but I have a feeling that when he pushes out, there may only be 4, maybe 6 carriers out, if that. Going in for another tank and 2 vulture drop. Gonna be pretty nice. Choosing to go for a more harass heavy play. Map vision pretty nice for Protoss, however. Interesting, can carriers work in PvT? I know they sometimes do good at a high level, but I haven't seen too many mid-low level games where they have been really effective. Will be interesting to find out. It'll be a true test here for Drew. I mean for Zero Tro. Oop. He's going to get denied here. Yeah, picking off a few SCVs here. Oh, actually gets away. Very nice. Gets a few probes. And still only on a 3rd base. Throwing down that 4th base. Do we have a 4th CC being built anywhere? Doesn't look like it, but easily could build a 4th CC. Go back to no fog of war for just a minute and see what it's like. So, okay, the money scan, there it was. And what did I say? 4 carriers out. So, the question is now is, immediately, I'm assuming we're going to see Goliath production ramp up immediately if he wants to survive. Got 4 carriers out on the map. Actually, just 3. So, there's only 2 missile turrets here. Actually, they could do a lot until Goliaths start really coming out. Yeah, I mean, they're taking down that missile turret. They're going to take this one down easily. Yeah. Killing tanks here. Doing a lot. Only 3 carriers. No, I'm sorry. There were 4. They were stacked. Taking down this 3rd base. I don't think that Zero Tro has the Goliath count he needs to really do anything. But I think he's just going to go out for a straight-up counter push against these goons. Probably a good option here. Just needs to missile turret up here. And produce nothing but Goliaths. Pretty much. Wow, huge vulture run by. Wow, oof. Kind of disorganized fighting here for Zero Tro here, just kind of here and there, not. Yeah, lost almost all those vultures here to a. And the Goliaths are chipping away here. There is 4 carriers. Seem to be 6 most likely. And he is chasing those tanks back. They are fugitives. Kind of just a weird random minefield here. Keeps them contained, I guess, for a little bit until he can get an obs out. But so far, just now switching into Speed Zealot phase. This is a really interesting way to play PvT. I really want to look into this more. and possibly incorporate it into how I play, because I haven't seen carriers been this effective in quite some time. I guess it really depends more on the map of the carriers or arbiters, but I've pretty much just assumed that arbiters are the way to go. And he's stabilized on 4 bases, which is pretty decent as a Protoss versus Terran. If Terran only has 2.5 bases. A lot of Goliaths out though. He's almost max. Oh, I'm sorry, he's not almost maxed. He's at 160. I'd say once he maxes, just he needs to push out and try to make something happen on this side, because I feel like head to head, Protoss versus Terran Army wins. Now, I'm gonna zoom out here, way far. This army's going this way, and this army's going this way. His army is way out of position right now. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Look at all this force is going to come in here. And Snipe is third again. Tro needs to get over here and try to engage those goons. Because, I mean, really, those goons are... They are sitting ducks against this tank army here. And a lot of Goliaths are still backed up here. Goliath's doing good. But again, these little areas where the Terran can't fight on the same bearing as Protoss. He's going to slaughter the Goon army, but at what cost? At least I think he will. Maybe not. Maybe there's enough angles here where actually the Goons can clean it up. Actually, he may have just slipped in enough Speed Zealots here. Retreating with the Goons, very smart play by Drew. I'm going to watch Drew, see if he is in the Pan American Star League, because he definitely seems like a good player. Strong Protoss versus Terran, very strong. And cleaning up here. I'm thinking that this is going to be it here. Just doesn't seem like there's enough for for SCC, excuse me. SK-B and SK-A both look good, and we could possibly have an SK-A versus SK-B finals. Yeah, I mean... EMG, X-17, WCE, all decent. EMG lost a couple key games. And the DM clans, DM Fire, also definitely in contention there. If I had to pick 4 teams, maybe I would say SKA, possibly SKB, and move DM Fire. Who else? I don't know. Maybe SCC-A. Probably. NSA, A is kind of didn't do too well. This maxed out Protoss force just being thrown at him here. Getting into this heavy speed zealot phase where it just rips everything. And Protoss wins. Yay. It's not often that you see a macro Protoss win against a Terran, at least for me. That's exciting to see. Alright. Well, thanks guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Sorry it was a little bit more of a lackluster cast, but it was kind of hard to get hyped because I could see the replay progress for some of the games. I'm trying to fix a way to cover that for myself, but I know you guys it's covered for you. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed it. Nevertheless, I know more of you tuned into the other match I did just previously. The who is it? DM Fire versus DM Ice game, which we played, which I casted right after this. But hey guys, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next week, maybe this Saturday. And oh yeah, follow Psionic Aftermath, their channel if you want to see StarCraft 2 stuff, we're doing something with them probably Wednesday, doing our little weekly clan war against Pigpan. Going to be hosting and organizing that, so that's fun, and probably be back with more PATL. Who knows, maybe this Saturday, maybe this Sunday. But yeah, it'll be fun. Alright guys, see you later, take it easy.